Have you ever watched a movie and thought, there's no way a place that amazing actually exists? Well, I used to think that too, until I decided to see for myself. I gave my team an unlimited budget and a crazy challenge. Find the most iconic, unbelievable movie locations on Earth and take us there. Places that look like they were built on a Hollywood soundstage, but are actually real, and you can literally go visit them. This isn't just about watching movies, it's about stepping directly into them. We're going to walk the same paths as our favorite heroes and villains, ancient cities carved in rock, entire villages built for hobbits. This is going to be one of our biggest adventures yet. Some of these places are so remote, they're almost impossible to get to, but we're going to do it anyway. Chapter 1. Our first stop is on the other side of the planet in New Zealand, and believe me, the 20-hour flight was completely worth it. We are standing in the middle of Hobbiton, the actual movie set from The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. This isn't a replica, this is the real deal. When Peter Jackson first found this place, it was just a regular sheep farm. They built the entire Shire here, and after filming, it was supposed to be torn down. But now, it's a permanent tourist attraction and it feels like you've literally walked into Middle-earth. It's insane. Look at this. The rolling green hills, the little round doors, the gardens. It's exactly like in the movies. There are 44 permanently reconstructed hobbit holes here, each with its own unique design. You can wander down the paths, peek over the fences, and even see the smoke coming from the chimneys. The attention to detail is just mind-blowing. They have tiny vegetable patches, little mailboxes, washing lines with hobbit-sized clothes hanging out to dry. It feels so real, you almost expect to see Bilbo Baggins walk out of his door at any second. And here's a crazy fun fact for you. After they finished filming The Lord of the Rings, most of the original set was demolished. Only 17 of the bare-bones structures remained. But when they came back to film the Hobbit trilogy, they decided to rebuild everything out of permanent materials. Real wood, real stone, so that it would last forever. They literally built a fantasy world to last. My favorite part has to be Bag End, Bilbo and Frodo's home, right at the top of the hill. You can stand right in front of that iconic green door. Above it is the fake oak tree, which is one of the craziest things here. Every single one of its 200,000 artificial leaves was individually wired on by hand, because the director wanted the color to be just right. The level of perfectionism is just off the charts. You can't go inside most of the hobbit holes, since they're just facades, but the experience of being here is unbelievable. To finish off the perfect Hobbiton experience, we're heading over to the Green Dragon Inn. Yes, it's a real functioning pub, where you can actually grab a drink. They recreated the inn from the movies down to the last detail, with its roaring fireplace and cozy armchairs. We're sitting here, drinking a specially brewed ale, looking out over the lake towards the rest of the Shire. It doesn't get any more magical than this. This place is a 10 out of 10. First location, and it's already an absolute win. Chapter 2. Alright, for our next location, we've traded the peaceful hills of the Shire for something way more dramatic and intense. We took a boat off the coast of Ireland to get to this insane-looking place, Skellig. If this towering rock in the middle of the ocean looks familiar, it's because this is Hobbiton, the remote island where Luke Skywalker was hiding in the new Star Wars trilogy. This place is so epic, it feels like it belongs in another galaxy. The cliffs are sheer. The waves are crashing. It's just pure, raw nature. Getting here was an adventure in itself. The island is heavily protected, and only a tiny number of people are allowed to land here each day. And only when the weather is good enough. We had to book this months in advance. As you climb the hundreds of ancient stone steps carved into the cliffside, you can totally understand why they chose this as the location for a hidden Jedi temple. It feels ancient, spiritual, and completely cut off from the rest of the world. Long before it was a Jedi hideout, Skellig was home to a group of Christian monks who lived here from the 6th to the 12th century. Because of its incredible history, the entire island is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's like a real-life ancient monument that got a second life in one of the biggest movie franchises ever. Walking among these stone huts is surreal. This is the exact spot where Rey finds Luke Skywalker and begins her Jedi training. The filmmakers barely had to change a thing. They just used the natural landscape and the ancient monastic village as it was. Standing here, you can just feel the history and the power of this place. The dramatic cliffs, the swirling seabirds, the endless ocean. It's easy to see why Luke would choose this spot to disappear. It's one of the most powerful and awe-inspiring places I have ever been. Honestly, the pictures in the movies don't even do it justice. You have to feel the wind and see the scale of the cliffs with your own eyes. It's a place that feels sacred. The fact that we're standing in a location that's both a real-world historical treasure and a key part of the Star Wars universe is just mind-blowing. Skellig Michael is proof that sometimes the most magical places in fiction are already here, waiting to be discovered in the real world. This is an adventure I will never, ever forget. Chapter 3. After that intense Irish adventure, we needed something a little more fairy tale. So we flew to Austria to find a village so perfect, it looks like it was plucked straight out of a storybook. This is Hallstatt, a stunning lakeside village nestled in the Alps. And, if you're getting major Frozen vibes, you're not wrong. The creators of Disney's Frozen have said that Hallstatt was one of the key inspirations for the magical kingdom of Arendelle, and you can totally see why. Just look at this place. It's unreal. The village is squeezed between a crystal-clear lake and towering mountains. The colorful 16th century alpine houses look like they're stacked on top of each other, climbing up the mountainside. There's a beautiful church steeple that dominates the skyline, just like the castle in Arendelle. We took a boat out on the lake to get the full view, and from the water, it is one of the most picturesque scenes I've ever witnessed. It's so perfect, it almost looks fake. Wandering through the narrow, winding streets of Hallstatt feels like you're in a Disney movie. Every corner you turn, there's another perfect photo opportunity. The houses are decorated with flowers. There are charming little cafes. The whole atmosphere is just peaceful and magical. You can see the similarities to Arendelle everywhere. The waterside setting, the Scandinavian-style architecture, the dramatic mountain backdrop. Interestingly, Hallstatt is not just a pretty face. It's also one of the oldest still inhabited settlements in Europe. It has a history stretching back thousands of years. Because of its ancient salt mine, you can actually take a funicular up the mountain and tour the salt mines. So you're walking through a place that inspired a modern Disney classic, but is also steeped in thousands of years of human history. This place has become so popular, especially because of the Frozen connection, that it's now one of the most photographed spots in Austria. There's even a specific World Heritage viewpoint where everyone lines up to get that iconic postcard shot. And honestly, I can't blame them. We sent the drone up as the sun was setting, and the way the light hit the village and reflected on the lake was pure magic. Hallstatt is a real-life fairy tale, and if you're a Frozen fan, visiting this place is an absolute must. Chapter 4 of 10. Get your fedoras and whips ready. For our next location, we are heading into the desert, a place that is literally one of the wonders of the world. We are in Jordan. Behind me is the ancient city of Petra. This is one of the most breathtaking things I've ever seen. For movie fans, this place is legendary. This is where the climactic final scenes of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade were filmed. The journey into Petra is an adventure. You have to walk through a long, narrow canyon called the Skellig. Towering rock walls on either side of you, the path twists and turns for over a kilometer, building the anticipation. You have no idea what's coming. You turn a final corner. You get your first glimpse of it through the crack in the rock, the treasury, or Al-Khazna. That moment is pure movie magic. It's the exact same reveal that you see in the movie. The treasury is what everyone comes to see. It's even more impressive in person. This massive, elaborate facade is carved directly into the sheer pink sandstone cliff face. It's nearly 40 meters tall, carved by hand over 2,000 years ago. In Indiana Jones, this was the entrance to the temple housing the Holy Grail. Standing here, you can just hear the movie's theme song playing in your head. Iconic moment in both film history and world history. But here's the crazy part. The treasury is just the beginning. Petra is a massive, sprawling ancient city, the capital of the Nabatean kingdom, a major trading hub. At its peak, thousands of people lived here. We spent the entire day exploring, hiking up to incredible viewpoints. One of the best things we did was climb the 800 steps up to the monastery, another gigantic building carved high up in the mountains. The views from up there are out of this world, looking out over the entire valley. Petra isn't just a movie set. It's a testament to human ingenuity and a true wonder of the ancient world. It fires up your imagination and makes you feel like a real-life adventurer, just like Indiana Jones. This is a bucket list destination. It has exceeded all of our expectations. Chapter 5 of 10. From the deserts of Jordan, we're flying to the coast of the Adriatic Sea. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you are going to lose your mind. We are in Dubrovnik, Croatia, but you probably know it by another name, King's Landing. As soon as you arrive, it's instantly recognizable. The massive medieval walls, the red-tiled roofs, the sparkling blue water. This city is King's Landing. The best way to experience the city is to walk along the top of the ancient city walls. They stretch for almost 2 kilometers, completely enclosing the old town. From up here, you get incredible views, and you can spot so many iconic filming locations. You can look down on Blackwater Bay, where Stannis Baratheon's fleet was destroyed by wildfire. You can see the fortress that was used as the Red Keep, the home of the Iron Throne. It's like having a real-life map of Westeros right in front of you. Walking through the city's limestone streets feels like you're an extra on the set of the show. We found the famous Jesuit staircase, which is where Cersei Lannister began her humiliating walk of shame. It's surreal to stand in the exact spot where one of the most memorable and shocking scenes in modern television was filmed. Tourists are constantly recreating the scene, minus the public nudity, of course. The city has completely embraced its Game of Thrones fame, and there are tours and shops everywhere dedicated to the show. What makes Dubrovnik so perfect as a filming location is its authentic, preserved medieval atmosphere. The city has a rich history long before any dragons arrived. It was a powerful maritime republic for centuries, and its incredible walls were built to protect it from invaders. That real history adds a layer of depth and grandeur that you just can't replicate on a green screen. The on-screen drama feels so much more real because it's set against a backdrop of genuine historical power and conflict. We spent the afternoon kayaking around the city walls to get a view from the sea, just like an invading army would have. Seeing the formidable Fort Lovrijenac, the real-life Red Keep, rising from the rocks is an unforgettable sight. Whether you're a die-hard Game of Thrones fan or just someone who loves history and beautiful coastal cities, Dubrovnik is absolutely spectacular. It's a city where fantasy and reality are completely intertwined. Chapter 6 of 10. We are back in New Zealand. One location just wasn't enough to cover the epicness of The Lord of the Rings. Hobbiton is the most famous spot, but the entire country was Peter Jackson's playground. We've left the Shire behind, driven into the wider Matamata countryside to explore rolling farmland and cinematic landscapes. This is where movie magic meets raw New Zealand beauty. Patchwork of emerald green hills, lush pastures, dramatic valleys. So picturesque, you can see why scouts fell in love. We're literally just driving down a random road, It feels like the outskirts of the Shire or the path the hobbits took when they first left home. The scale of the landscape is immense. Imagine the Fellowship cresting one of these hills. Filmmakers use these vast open spaces for sweeping epic shots. Characters riding on horseback, wide open plains, mountains in the distance, filmed right here. The Matamata area is unspoiled. No power lines, no major highways, just endless nature. A perfect blank canvas for filmmakers. We found a local guide who took us to a farm where parts of the journey out of Hobbiton were filmed. Standing on a hill, looking at the exact movie view. Incredible. It connects you to the film in a way that's hard to describe. The scenery wasn't CGI, it was real. They just pointed a camera at New Zealand. This section is less about one set, more about appreciating the environment that made the films grand and authentic, understanding the filmmaker's vision and the natural wonder that inspired them. Driving through Matamata, windows down, soundtrack playing, an experience every Lotiar fan should have. It makes you appreciate the films and the beauty of our world more. Chapter 7. For our next location, we are leaving Earth behind. Or at least, it feels like we are. We're back in Jordan, deep in the south in the vast otherworldly landscape of Wadi Rum. This place is known as the Valley of the Moon. You'll see why. Endless red sand, towering sandstone mountains, stark, beautiful emptiness. This desert looks exactly like the surface of Mars. Hollywood's go-to for alien planets. Most famously, exterior shots for The Martian. The Martian scene versus the real desert, side by side. We're driving through the desert in a 4x4. Feels like being an astronaut exploring a new world, not just The Martian. Long, impressive filmography. Jedha in Rogue One, Arrakis in Dune. Colossal rock formations, sweeping red dunes, almost like giant sandworms beneath the sand. Camp at night with local Bedouin guides. Guides showing exact filming spots. Guides sharing stories of massive film crews. Quiet ancient desert turned bustling set. Then, back to timeless silence. Sunset. The desert transforms. Red rocks glowing time-lapse sky filling with stars over camp. Absolute silence. Peaceful and intimidating. Night under the stars, deeply connecting to nature. No wonder filmmakers return. This landscape has cinematic power long before cameras. One of the most beautiful, unique places on Earth. Chapter 8. Pack your trunks and grab your wands because we are heading to the Scottish Highlands for our most magical journey yet. Behind me is the Glenfinnan Viaduct, but every Harry Potter fan in the world knows it as the bridge the Hogwarts Express crosses on its way to school. This is one of the most iconic and beloved scenes from the entire series, and seeing it in person is an absolute dream come true for a Potterhead like me. The viaduct itself is a stunning piece of engineering built over 100 years ago. It curves gracefully through the valley with 21 massive arches surrounded by the breathtaking scenery of the Scottish Highlands. You have Loch Shiel on one side and rolling green hills, purple hills on the others. It's beautiful on its own, but when you picture that scarlet steam train chugging across it, the whole scene becomes pure magic. And here's the best part. You can actually ride it. The train used in the movies is a real steam train called the Jacobite, and it runs on this track during the summer months as a tourist train. We got tickets for the full journey, and it was one of the best experiences of the trip. Sitting in a vintage carriage, watching the incredible Highland scenery go by, and then feeling the excitement as the train approaches and crosses the viaduct. It's an immersive experience like no other. We also made sure to hike up to the classic viewpoint to watch the train cross from a distance. There's a crowd of people who gather here every day, cameras ready, just to witness that one magical moment. When you finally hear the whistle and see the steam, and then the train comes into view and makes its way across the bridge, everyone just goes silent. It's a genuinely emotional moment for a lot of people. It's a piece of their childhood coming to life right before their eyes. The Scottish Highlands are full of other Harry Potter filming locations, from the landscapes around Hagrid's hut to the lake where the Tri-Wizard tournament took place. But the Glenfinnan Viaduct is the star of the show. It perfectly captures the sense of wonder and adventure that the Harry Potter stories are all about. It's a journey into a world of magic, set in one of the most beautiful and wild corners of the real world. This is a 10 out of 10 must-do experience. Chapter 9. For our 9th location, we have flown all the way to Japan to see Mount Fuji, one of the most recognizable natural landmarks on Earth. This perfectly symmetrical, snow-capped volcano, a national symbol of Japan, a place of deep cultural and spiritual significance. Its silhouette appears in countless works of art and in epic movie scenes. It makes a perfect cinematic backdrop. Example: The Wolverine. Logan travels to Japan. Key scenes show Mount Fuji looming in the background. The presence instantly establishes location and scale. The Fuji Five Lakes region offers spectacular views. Lake Kawaguchiko, perfect reflections on clear days. Churedo Pagoda, the classic pagoda with Mount Fuji behind it. Pagoda, foreground. Mount Fuji, rising, behind. The mountain isn't just for looking at. Centuries of pilgrims. Thousands climb in summer for the sunrise. We didn't have time for the full climb. We drove to the 5th station, the highest drivable point. Even from here, the views are incredible. You get a real sense of the volcano's immense size and power. Mount Fuji represents many things at once. It's a powerful force of nature, a sacred spiritual site, a symbol of a nation, a stunning cinematic backdrop. Seeing it in person explains why it captivates artists and filmmakers. Quiet, majestic, calming, and awe-inspiring. A perfect example of how a real location can add meaning and beauty to film. Chapter 10. We've reached our final location, and it might be one of the most hauntingly beautiful spots. Northern Ireland, a small country road. But this isn't just any road, this is the Dark Hedges. For millions of fans, this is the King's Road of Westeros, the path Arya Stark took when she fled King's Landing, disguised as a boy. Planted by the Stuart family in the 18th century, a grand entrance to their Georgian mansion, Grace Hill House. Over 150 beech trees were planted along the road. Over centuries, the branches grew across the road, intertwining into a tunnel. Light filters through the gnarled branches, breathtaking, like something from a dark fairy tale, used for one short Game of Thrones scene, yet instantly iconic. That single scene turned a quiet lane into one of the most photographed roads in the world. But popularity brought problems. Huge numbers of tourists and cars began damaging the trees and roots. To protect it, they've now banned traffic on the road. You park nearby and walking it is the best way to experience it. Under these ancient, twisted trees, the atmosphere the show captured is palpable. Moody, a little spooky, completely enchanting. Standing here at the end of our journey feels like the perfect conclusion. The Dark Hedges brings together nature, history, modern pop culture. A reminder that the most magical places can be a simple road transformed by time and a bit of Hollywood magic. What an amazing final stop. Outro. What an absolutely insane adventure. We've traveled to 10 different countries and stepped into the worlds of hobbits, Jedi, wizards, superheroes, We saw firsthand how directors use the beauty of our own planet to create the fantasy worlds we love. From the rolling hills of New Zealand to the red deserts of Jordan and the ancient cities of Europe, these places aren't just backdrops, they are characters in the story. They add a sense of history, scale, reality that CGI could never fully replicate. It's one thing to see these locations on a screen, but to stand there, to breathe the air, and to feel the history, a whole other level of magic. This journey has been a powerful reminder that adventure's out there, and sometimes it's in places you've already seen 100 times in your favorite films. Movies transport us to unforgettable worlds, but sometimes those worlds are real places waiting to be explored. The next time you watch your favorite film, you might just be looking at your next travel destination.